Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about one of the important one act play is the strongest. This is one of the important play in the first stage for English department, particularly by the writer August Strindberg, presented by Osama Tai Ismay. As to move to the summary of this play and the action of this play, characters, the setting of the play at the same time, all of them will be tackled in this lecture, inshallah. Type of literary work. This is one of the important points. You must know what is the type of literary work. It is one act play. Later on we will know what is the difference between one act play and a play. In a summary, one act play is very short one, and when it will present it on the stage it will be like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. In addition to that, the characters are less more than a play, two characters or three characters. Like Strangers, we have two characters only. We don't have so much characters. But in a play there are many characters. In addition to that, it has four acts. Three acts, like three acts, but here act one, act play is only one. They don't have another acts like play. That is in a brief what I said about one act play and a play. It's written in 1989, belongs to modern drama, and it tackles the issue that related to modern life, modern Europe. The author, let us to give an information about the author of the play, and later on move to another part. The author, as you know, August Strindberg, and he is a Swedish playwright. For them, playwright, he is a playwright, he is a dramatist. I mean that, وكاتب, and novelist, وإروائي, and essayist. At the same time, he writes essays in English. Surely. He belongs to for naturalist, I mean the schools in English, and expressionist works. This is one of the important schools that belongs to August Strindberg. Characters of the play, as I mentioned, there are two main characters in the play only. We don't have so much characters like in a play. Mrs. X and is a married actress, expressive and talkative at the same time. So we have a difference between Mrs. X and Miss Y. You know, like Mrs. This is like abbreviation. It means that she is married, while Miss Y, okay, she's not married, she's a single. And we have to focus on this important point: expressive. She was talking a lot, and talkative. She was speaking from the beginning of the play up to the end of the play. She was talking with whom? With Miss Y. While Miss Y is in contrast. She is totally different from Mrs. X. She is silent throughout the play. She wasn't talking at all. Just she was looking to Mrs. Y, and she was Mrs. Y was talking with her only. This is the point. You have to focus on the silence of the play, silence of Mrs. Y, Later on you will ask. Here plot summary about the play and very short plot summary. Mrs. X and Mrs. Y in a cafe. You have to put in your mind the cafe is a setting of the play, and you have to put it in your mind. And you really like at the same time Mrs. Y and X was drinking all alcohol in a celebration day. Look, she was talking about her marriage. She talks about her marriage all the time. She proud of herself about she has a family, she has a husband, and while Mrs. Y, she doesn't marry, she is single, and she does not have family. She doesn't has family. Oh my God, look to that point, and you will know the difference. But something that she proud of himself or herself. What do we consider him? At the same time, in front of Mrs. X, there is a Mrs. Y. She does not talk from the beginning up to the end of the play. She is a critical point. We have to focus on this point because we don't know why she doesn't talk at all. Is it silence? Is it important to be silent in this point? In addition to that, she hints that Miss Y may have had an affair with her husband. She was a jealous character, and in addition to that, she was believing that Miss Y has a relationship with her husband. This is like she's suspicious. She was doubting whether she has a relationship or not. She was afraid. Someone that she's afraid of his wife. It's okay. Of her wife. It's okay because this is like the nature of women. Shows jealousy, but also pride in her family life. This is the main problem. She was talking a lot about this point, only the jealousy. She thought that she has a relationship. She thinks that her husband has a relationship with this boy. This is the jealousy is created in women. The last point in a plot summary is she believes she's stronger because she has a husband and family, but it's not necessary to be stronger if you have husband and family. At the end of the play, Mrs. X lives with confidence because she was talking and she expressed about herself and she proved himself that she is stronger, and she was talking about her family, husband, all of these things. She has it, but the point is that it has to move. Mrs. Y remains silent and motionless. She was not talking, just she stands on the chair and she was not talking at all. She was listening to Mrs. X. The audience is left to question. The important question in the play is that this is who is truly the stronger. I don't want to answer it. Let us to me later on. You will judge for yourself who is the stronger in the play. Themes: we have power and weakness. We have to know who is the power character in the play, who is the dynamic power, who is the dynamic character, who is the protagonist, who is the hero of the play, and the weakness is weakness. Where do we find this is weakness in the play? And the jealousy is very important because we have to know the jealousy of women, and like Mrs. X, she was talking because she has a jealousy of whom? Of Mrs. Y. Silent versus speech. This is one of the important points, as I mentioned. The search for identity and superiority. This is one of the important points, and because it related to the modern life. Modern life wants to prove himself. So a modern man wants to prove himself that he has identity, that he has a space in life. All of these things is related to the modern life. So because at the beginning I said it is a modern play. So now this is a connection between what I said in the past and now. Okay? Now it has to order the film to judge who is stronger, who is really stronger in the play. Is it Miss X or Miss Y who want to judge? So it has to move to the film and watch it. Thank you for listening, and it has to start with a film of the one actor play the stronger. After I have given the background and enough background and the information about characters, about the writer of the play, and the plot or summary about the play, it has to watch the film as it on. It has to start from the part 1. So this film is the part 1, and we have to wait to the part 2, inshallah, in the another lectures. And this is like you have to watch the characters and focus on the characters, and up to the end of the play. We have like Mrs. X and Miss Y. Miss Y she stands on the chair all the time. For the Miss X, she was moving.
Why, Amelia,
and
darling.
she
Fancy
is
seeing you here.
dynamic characters all the time.
All alone on Christmas Eve like a poor old bachelor.
All of the audience.
It really hurts me to see you like this.
Watching.
Alone in a cafe and on Christmas Eve. I remember once when I was in Paris. There was a wedding breakfast in a restaurant, and the bride sat there reading a comic paper while the bridegroom was playing billiards with the witnesses. My word, I thought, if they start like this, how will they go on? And how will they end? He was playing billiards on his wedding day, and she sat reading a comic paper, you're going to say. But it isn't quite the same. You know what, Amelia? I really think you'd have done better to keep him. Don't you remember I was the first person to say to you, forgive him? Remember? You'd be married now with a home. Do you remember how happy you were with his parents in the country last Christmas? And how you said that a happy home life was what really mattered. And that you'd like to get away from the theater. Yes, Amelia, my dear, home's best after the theater. And children, you know. Oh no, of course you don't. Look what I've bought my little darlings. See this? This is for Lisa. She can roll her eyes and turn her head. And this little pistol is for Maya. Did it frighten you? You thought I was going to shoot you. Darling, you can't have. If you'd wanted to shoot me, I could understand. For getting in your way. I know you can never forget that. Though it really wasn't my fault. You still think I got them to terminate your contract. But I didn't. I didn't. Though you think I did. Well, it's no use my talking. You won't believe me. And these are for my dear husband. I embroidered these tulips myself. I hate tulips, but he will have them on everything. Look what small feet he has. And you should see how daintily he walks. But then you've never seen him in slippers. Look, I'll show you. And then, darling, when he's angry, he stamps his foot like this. Oh, what? Damn those maids! Can they never learn how to make coffee? Oh, God, now the cretins haven't trimmed the lamp. Or there's a draft under the door and his feet are cold. Oh, it's freezing. Can't those confounded idiots ever keep the stove alight? And then he comes home and he can't find his slippers because Marie has hidden them in the chest of drawers. Oh, but it's wicked to sit and make fun of one's husband like this. Oh, he's a darling, actually. A real poppet. He's the kind of husband you ought to have had, Amelia. Why are you laughing? And then you see, I know he's faithful to me. Oh, yes, I know. He told me himself. Why are you giggling? That when I was touring in Norway, that horrid Frederic tried to seduce him. Can you imagine? The impertinence. I'd have scratched her eyes out if she'd shown her face while I was at home. It was a good thing he told me himself. Imagine if I'd heard it through some gossip. But she wasn't the only one, you can be sure. I don't know why it is, but women always go crazy about my husband. They must think he has some pull at the theater because he works in the ministry. Perhaps you've been at him yourself. I was never quite sure about you. Though I know now he was never interested in you. I always felt you bore some grudge against him. Come and have dinner with us this evening, Amelia, to show you aren't cross with us. Aren't cross with me, anyway. I think it's so horrid being bad friends with anyone, especially you. Perhaps it's because I queered your pitch that time. Or I don't know why, really. It's so strange about our friendship. When I first met you, I was afraid of you. So afraid I didn't dare let you out of my sight. Wherever I went, I took care to be near you. I didn't dare become your enemy. So I became your friend. But I always felt so awkward when you came home to us because I could see my husband couldn't stand you. And that I felt uncomfortable as though my clothes didn't fit. I did everything to make him be nice to you, but without success. And then you went off and got engaged. And then you and he became great friends. As though you'd been afraid to show your true feelings while you were uncommitted. And then, what happened next? I didn't become jealous, funnily enough. And I remember when our first baby was christened, and you stood as godmother. I made him kiss you, and he did. Only you got so upset. That is, I didn't think of it at the time. I haven't thought of it since. I haven't thought of it till now. Why are you so silent? You haven't said a word all the time. You just let me sit here talking. You sat there staring at me, winding these thoughts out of me like silk from a cocoon. Thoughts, suspicions. Let me see.
This is the part 2 of the play. It has to listen to the part 2. Thank you for listening.
Why did you break off your engagement? Why did you never come over and visit us after that? Why won't you come and see us tonight? No. You don't need to say anything. I see it all now. So that was why you. And why you. And why you. Yes, of course. Now it all adds up. So that was it. Oh, I don't want to sit at the same table as you. That's why I had to embroider tulips, which I hate, on his slippers, because you liked tulips. That is why we had to spend our holiday in Malren that summer, because you can't stand the sea. That is why my son had to be called Eskil. Because that was your father's name. Oh, that's why I had to wear your colors. Read your authors. Eat your dishes. Drink your drinks. Your chocolate, for instance. That was why. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's horrible. Horrible now that I think of it. Everything that belonged to you entered into me. Even your passions. Your soul crept into mine, like a worm into an apple, eating and eating, boring and boring till there was nothing left but skin and a little black mold. I wanted to run away from you. But you lay there like a snake, bewitching me with your black eyes. When I tried to use my wings, they dragged me down. I lay in the water with my feet bound, and the more I tried to swim with my hands, the deeper I sank. Down, down, till I reached the bottom, where you lay like a giant crab ready to seize me in your claws. And I'm lying there now. Oh, I hate you. Hate you, hate you. But you just sit there. Silent, calm, not caring. Not caring whether it's night or day, summer or winter, whether other people are happy or miserable. Unable to hate and unable to love. Motionless like a stork over a rat hole. You couldn't pounce on your victim. You couldn't hunt it, but you could wait for it. You sit here in your corner. Do you know people call this the rat trap because of you? And read your papers to see if anyone's in trouble or ill or has gotten the sack from the theater. You sit here reckoning your victims, calculating your opportunities like a pilot counting his shipwrecks, like a goddess receiving sacrifice. Poor Amelia. Do you know that I feel sorry for you? Because I know you're unhappy. Unhappy like someone who's been hurt. And evil because you've been hurt. I can't be mad at you, though I'd like to be. Because you're the one who is the baby, not me. Oh, and that business with Bob doesn't bother me. Why should it? And why does it matter whether you taught me to drink chocolate or someone else did? It's all one in the end. Anyway, Chocolate's very healthy. And if you've taught me how to dress, tant mieux. It's only made my husband fonder of me. Your loss has been my gain. And to judge by certain signs, I'd say you've lost him. I suppose you'd hoped I'd run away. But you're the one who's run away. And now you're sitting here regretting it ever happened. But I don't regret it. One mustn't be petty. And besides, why should I want to own something which no one else wants? You know what? Maybe when all is said and done, I really am the stronger of us two. Now, anyway. You never took anything from me. You only gave. And now I'm like the thief in the fairy tale. You woke and I'd gone off with all your treasure. Otherwise, why did everything become worthless and sterile as soon as you touched it? You couldn't keep any man's love for all your tulips and your passions, as I have done. Your authors never taught you how to live, but they taught me. You never had any little Eskel. You only had a father called Eskel. And why are you always so silent, silent, silent? I used to think it was because you were strong. But now I think it's just that you had nothing to say. Because your head was empty. And now I'm going home. And I'm taking the tulips with me. Your tulips. You could never learn anything from other people. You could only give. And so you broke like a dry reed. But I didn't. Thank you, Amelia, for all the good lessons. Thank you for teaching my husband to love. And now I'm going home.